Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube Young Justice review. We are on Season 4, Episode 23, Ego and Superego, which is aptly titled after the Freud psychoanalytical theory of the ego and the superego, so part of the mental state and everything like that. So, yeah, very interesting title, although I don't know exactly why they named it. Well, I guess there's some therapy and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Let's run through the episode and we'll see if we can figure it out together. So we start off the episode in Markovia, where we see King Brion and his team of Infinitors, basically stopping the Friends of Humanity, is what I call them. You know, Friends of Humanity from X-Men, from killing a lizard meta that was just trying to come to Markovia to be safe. So they go to chase. I think his name's Wilhelm, if I remember, because I think I remember thinking about the Wilhelm scream. But he's chasing Wilhelm through the forest, and he disappears. Well, when I think her name's Fury and King Markov catches up, I think what is his name? Everybody Man. I think it's Everybody Man. They catch up to him and they find Everybody Man, who obviously is somebody who can transform, because on the back of him you can see him transforming from Wilhelm to that. So obviously there's a little bit of stage shenanigans here going on, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. So we then go to Ivy Town, where Violet, aka Halo, and Harper Row is. They're moving into her apartment at Ivy University. Well, she's helping, and as they're moving in, Harper Row tells Violet that she wants to be more for her, more than just friends. So there's a little bit. I mean, we're getting a lot of Halo and King Markov in this episode, which is a tad out of nowhere. I mean, there's been a little bit here and there sprinkling of Violet in this season, which is fine, because I feel like the Beast Boy arc is kind of coming to an end now, so it's kind of opened it up for another subplot. 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Anyway, so, you know, they're talking and saying that Brion is, kind of out of the picture. If Brion's out of the picture, then she would like to be more. And she says, look, you don't have to answer me now, but let me know. We then go into the Phantom Zone, where Phantom Girl is explaining what happened and how they got into the Phantom Zone, basically stating that she touched him, and between the pain of sticking her hand in lava, that might hurt. In the explosion and everything like that, it knocked them into the Phantom Zone instead of, because what Phantom Girl does is she goes from one dimension to another, from the Prime Dimension to a Phantom Dimension, and she thinks the Phantom Zone is in the middle. So kind of in transition, they kind of got stuck in the Phantom Zone because of the pain and everything like that and the explosion. So, okay. So we get that. So then we go to Nightwing and the team of Artemis, Aqualad, Zatana, Rocket. I think that's it. I know Miss Martian's not there. So we have them looking for the Magic School Bus. The one that Clarion was looking at. And I'm guessing the Magic School Bus, they're going to use it as some kind of conduit to get into the Phantom Zone. We'll see at the end of this episode, but that was what I was guessing at this point, was that they're going to use it as some kind of conduit, use some kind of, I don't know, like, the energies left over from the Phantom Zone can help them hone in on it. So they're kind of searching a junkyard in Metropolis. Back in Markovia, Brion, and he calls himself Lizard Johnny. Not exactly the most original name, but even Brion's like, well, own it. He's like, they're talking about how Markovia is a safe place, or Markovia is the home that you want, or it's the home that you want and need. And then the creepy Zavad, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Zavad, takes him aside and I guess walks him somewhere else. I guess we'll find out where he goes in a little bit. Oh, God. We then go to Black Canary's monthly therapy session with a lot of, previous traumatic characters, but like Cyborg and Beast Boy and Terra and Violet. There's other people there that I can't remember, but those are the main people who were talking in this therapy session. And they go around, and I'm not. I mean, Beast. I know this is kind of jumping ahead, but Beast Boy is talking about, he has a new emotional support porgy, I think is what it's called. It's a dog. I don't know what it's called. They're weird dogs. They're like thick and short. Like, yeah, short legs. But so a corgi, I think is what he's called. So it's like, so he says like his emotional support dog, which is good. He looks a lot better than he did. So as I said, I think Gar's story arc is kind of coming full circle. Now it's kind of, as I said, this is Gar's coming to an end, and now Halo has had a little bit of her story coming around again, like coming around again. They're talking about Brion. Terra and Violet talk about Brion, and um, they talk about Brion and just, they wanted him to make the right choice, but he didn't. So Terra and Violet are, they're just kind of having, they're trying to talk some things out. Violet texts Brion and says that they want to talk. And she just keeps checking her phone throughout the thing, and obviously he's not responding. So Cyborg also shares a story about how his father was glad that he kept reaching out to her, or keep reaching out to him, Cyborg. And just it gave Cyborg the opportunity to respond, and his father was glad that he at least tried. More on that in a little bit. Like we'll get the conclusion of that in here in a little bit. I'll leave it at there. So we go back to the Phantom Zone, and Superboy rats is so loyal to Zod right now with his zone sickness or whatever he's got. He rats out Phantom Girl, and she just she jumps out of the chair, and jumps off the slab, and basically Zod has no idea who they are. Because obviously that hasn't happened yet, but Phantom Girl knows Zod, obviously. And so what happens is she wants to take Superboy, but he's anchored to this, the Phantom Zone, because he doesn't want to leave. He rats her out. He's going to confront her, and then Phantom Girl phases herself out of the Phantom Zone. And then she goes back to Mars, and her hand is completely burned from the lava, obviously, when she went in. And now she feels it, because obviously she's come out of the Phantom Zone, so apparently can't feel anything in the Phantom Zone. Which is weird, because when Beast Boy got scratched on the chest, he definitely felt it. He screamed. He's like, ah! So I don't know if, maybe if it happened in the Phantom Zone, he can feel it. But since her burning happened outside the Phantom Zone, she couldn't feel it until she went back into the real world. But whatever. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Zatana gets gremlins, a.k.a. I'm going to probably mispronounce this. Tragawogs? Tragawogs? I always say it wrong. Basically little gremlins. They say in World War II that they were called gremlins in World War II by tearing magical creatures apart. But so they start rebuilding the bus. They kind of they say, what are they going to get exchanged? Zatanna offers Nightwing's SUV, and Nightwing's like, hey, that's my car. I'm not Bruce Wayne. And then one of them is still holding out. So then what's her face? Artemis offers Cheese Whizzies, and Nightwing was saving those for the Zone, which it's a bit out of character for Nightwing, I guess, to be like, hey, I was saving Cheese Whizzies for the Phantom Zone. It's like, really? Were you really? Like, that's a Wally kind of thing, it just seemed a little out of character for me for Nightwing. Like, it was funny, and it was okay, but I wasn't like, I don't know. It just kind of was like, whatever. Okay, so So we're in a zone. So we go now to Halo confronting Brion. She goes and talks to Brion, and they're having a nice heart-to-heart chat about where they've been in the past year, where they're going, what they want to see. Brion, and then the creepy Zavad, or whatever his name is, comes in, and he interrupts, and he's like, well, and then this guy obviously has some kind of power that he can influence what people are, thinking, or whatever. I don't know, whatever. It influences their decisions and their mindset. So Brion then becomes very standoffish with Halo becomes very standoffish with Brion, and then she says, "I don't know why I even tried to convince you of anything." Pops a boom tube, heads out, and then Brion basically tells him, he's like, "I want to be alone." He says, "Yes, my king." And as he's walking away, he has a shit-eating grin that just whatever. Like, he's just a creeper. I mean, I do kind of wish that we got a little bit more of Brion and Violet in this season. It would have given us some resolution from last season. But at the same time, I don't know where they would have fit it. As I said, they were really going hard on the Beast Boy arc. I know Violet got some time during one of the other arcs, which is fine. But that's why I do say that this season seems very fragmented. I wouldn't say that it's bad, and I feel like this episode was really good. But still, it's maybe if like the whole Brion and Violet thing was the first half of the season, and then the Beast Boy thing was like the second half of the season, or vice versa, might have been a little bit better. But I mean, they really dragged out the Beast Boy thing, and the Violet and Brion thing just it feels like sloppy seconds at this point. Okay, so at the end of the episode, Nightwing and company, well, the not Kilowoggs, the Trollowogs or Gremlins finish the bus. They make it all look nice and pretty. The entire team gets on the bus, and then they all put on these jetpack looking hipster things. I don't know what they're called. And so Aqualad, Calder, starts channeling his magic also through Zatana, and then Zatana uses her magic to open a portal to, you guessed it, the Phantom Zone. Well, actually, we don't know if it was just a big yellow door. They went inside the bus. They used the inside door of the bus to go to the Phantom Zone, supposedly, probably. So next episode, we are heading to the team is heading to the Phantom Zone. So this will be interesting. So they're going to try to get Superboy back. My thing is that Zod is not like a super powerful being right now. He is now, and I know that a lot of these people, like all the team members, are going to have to basically learn how to survive in the Phantom Zone, like Superboy did. Like using your willpower to touch things and do things and everything like that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit interesting to see how they play that out. I mean, if they just go into the Phantom Zone and they're acting normal, then there's a big plot hole there. But I think Zod is going to be more powerful in the Phantom Zone just because he's had a time to adjust to the Phantom Zone. But he's not going to have obviously Superman's powers. Well, Kryptonian powers, because he obviously hasn't been near a yellow sun. And that's kind of the thing is like, I mean, what? Okay, so they're gonna get Superboy out of the Phantom Zone. I'm sure Zod's gonna get out because as you can see down here, you can see him in full color. So obviously he's going to get out of the Phantom Zone, and so he'll probably go to Earth. He'll have the yellow sun. So will Zod then become the main villain, or is this going to be something that kind of leads into next season? I feel like if they were going to do Zod, he should have gotten out of the Phantom Zone by now. I feel like, yeah, he's probably going to get out of the Phantom Zone next episode with Superboy, and then he's going to be a villain for the last 2 episodes. But really, the Light has had nothing to do with this season besides some Vandal Savage stuff. I mean, the Light. What happened to the Light? Like they're not behind this, obviously, as far as I can tell. So I don't even know. And I'm kind of. I like the Light. I like the idea of the Light in Young Justice. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I guess it's a nice little fresh look with an enemy that's not technically the Light, but at the same time, I've always liked the Light. I like the idea of the Light, that they're always in the shadows plotting, and there's always something going on with them. But then again, there was 5 years where the Light really didn't do much at all, because obviously between season 1 and season 2, the Light didn't do anything until they got the whole Reach thing, started and moving. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll give a full season recap in the next couple episodes. But the end credits is Black Lightning basically announcing the new Hall of Justice location. Looks like from the comic books. I can't remember what I think the Hall of Justice did look different in the first season, and I think didn't it get blown up in the first season, or maybe it was the second season. I don't remember. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. You know, there's always these Justice League subplots and crap like that, which is nice. But yeah, we're wrapping up here. I mean, it's what, 3 episodes left? Yeah, we're on 23, so 24, 25, 26. Yep. So we got three total episodes left. Tell me what you thought about this episode down below in the comments section. If you can, please give this video a like, and also please consider subscribing to NerdTube. We are the greatest YouTube channel you kind of maybe sort of heard of. I will catch you next week for another Young Justice review, and I'll catch you guys later.